Now, what area of property investment are you into? The are you, is it commercial or
Residential.
residential? Which
Yes,
one
I'm
are
in the
you?
residential industry.
Okay. So, what kind of properties do you provide to people in your community?
So yes, I the UK, statistics have shown us over the last 1,000 years that the property market is always a great way to build wealth, build stability, and
Yeah.
create an income. So for me, statistics has also shown that the UK need over at least 150 affordable homes being built.
No,
So
thousand, 150,000.
exactly 150,000. Sorry,
Yes.
150,000 being built on a
Yeah.
yearly basis. Apologies there, slip of tongue. And for me, I deliver luxury HMOs,
Okay.
houses of multiple occupation.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, to occupants, people who are looking for affordable homes. So, example, people who are looking to rent a decent room. So, I'm sure those of your listeners who might be listening now, who probably when they came here, the first thing they ever rented was a room.
Yeah.
Right, and when you rented those rooms, the five people sharing one kitchen, five people sharing one bathroom. So what we've done is to bring a little bit of a luxury spin to it, whereby we're renting out rooms, all right, to them, but they now have a shower in there.
Okay.
They have some of the rooms have kitchens in them, all right, as well. So those are the kind of rooms that we're bringing
that's
into
good.
the market.
That's a good.
Absolutely, and which is more affordable. So, and it's all bills inclusive. So you pay us one rent. So to rent a one-bedroom flat in London, if you're a single person, you're looking about at least 1,300 to rent just the one-bedroom flat.
Yeah.
By the time you pay your water, your gas, your council tax, and all of that, your total cost, you're looking at least £1,800 to £2,000 a month, right? So our market is dealing with people who are looking to actually pay the 1,300 together, all bills inclusive, so they don't have to pay nothing else. Right? And so that's the kind of HMOs that we provide, which is called co-living spaces.
Yeah. Interesting. So in the next 10 to 20 years, what countries would you offer the best value for real estate investment in Africa? Okay, now I'm going to Africa. I know you are not your business is not based in Africa, but I'm sure
I'm African.
As an African, I'm sure as somebody who has done a little business in Africa and now in the property area, you would have been looking at what is going to happen in the property business in Africa. We have the largest amount of youths who are in the next 10 to 20 years will be buying property, will be renting property. So what area of Africa will have the best value for investors like you in Africa, and why?
Great question. I think the first thing first is that at the moment, the African market, there's a lot of money to be made across Africa. I think, first of all, Africa needs to create an enabling environment to lend money. To lend money, I think there needs to be a whole reorientation of how we see money, first of all. So there needs to be a whole reorientation of how we see money, how we use money.
Yeah.
We have this mentality in Africa as money is meant to be made and meant to be enjoyed immediately. So we make money and we enjoy it. And that's why you go to weddings and you go to parties and you see all spraying money and all of this nonsense, right? It's become a culture whereby if you don't spray money in Africa, it's almost like you're a bad person. But actually, you can give an envelope, to someone to actually contribute, and the money will get to them, to be honest, rather than you spoiling it. So I think the whole reorientation of African wealth needs to be positioned. That's number one.
Yeah.
Number two, I'm originally born and bred from Nigeria. Nigeria has great potential. Now, statistics have shown us that Nigeria could possibly be one of the largest economy over the next 100 years.
Yeah.
Nigeria could be part of the largest economy. That's what statistics have said. Lagos being one of the most visited nation. All right. So I actually read this article the other day from This Day. It's quite a while. I read it from This Day papers, and where there was that prediction. And also, I actually also watched it on Al Jazeera, where they've made this kind of prediction that Nigeria could become a real key player in world economies, within the next 100 years.
Yeah.
Now, 100 years, God give us life. Maybe we'll still be here, but ideally, I don't want to be here at the age of 100. I don't want to be here by the age of 100. At least God give me at least good 90, 95.
Yeah.
Enough.
Very good.
Except otherwise. But ideally, what I'm trying to say here, 100 years from now, there's really nothing that you and I can actually do rather than just sitting down waiting to die. All right. But our children's children will see that. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So the point I'm trying to make is, I think the infrastructure needs to be developed more. Lagos at the moment is booming. Real estate in Lagos is booming. Real estate in Abuja is booming. Real estate in Port Harcourt and all these other cities is booming. Yeah. But the fact is the real estate really booming the way we wanted it to really boom? Are we building affordable homes, really? Where the luxury market is doing well, but again, a lot of politicians are hiding their money through, luxury real estate in Africa, right? And building a lot of luxury. But the fact is there affordable homes being built? Is there affordable cities being recreated? I think one of the greatest things Nigeria needs to do to look at its real estate market is by going to building communities, going to building cities, right? There's still cities, not cities, they're actually states that have a lot of earth roads. We need to deal with all that problems. If we deal with all these different challenges, we've got the numbers. Nigeria alone is close to almost 300 million. If we really take proper stock, we are up to 300 million. Obviously, the statistics.
I don't know about that. I know we're over 200 million people. Yeah.
Imagine the Nigerians that's been born, like my children that have been born here, they're Nigerians. Are they be counted? Your children probably that have been born here, but counted.
They don't live there. They don't live there.
Yeah, but they don't live there, but it's still the blood, right? I meet a lot of Nigerians, they say, oh, my parents are from Nigeria. I'm English. Right? My parents are American. They're all Africans. If you pull all these numbers together, so my point is, yes, Nigeria has a great fight, very vital opportunities around its real estate. But I think infrastructurally, we need to work on our monetary policies. We need to work on our road infrastructure, and we need to create that enabling environment so that we can begin to attract more of international investments or international business people like us. Listen, economics are not built by the government. It's built by business people and entrepreneurs. And I think Nigerians need to create that enabling environment that will allow us to do what we need to do so that we can thrive and create a better economy.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with you. In fact, I once had a friend of mine on the podcast who lives around the Lekki axis of Lagos. And one of the things we talk about is that they live a luxury life, building fantastic houses in Lekki with no gutters. I mean, in the last few weeks now, the flood raging across Nigeria without the right infrastructure to channel water. What happens if something happens? Let's say there's an earthquake somewhere in the ocean, that the water from the beach, a tsunami happens. What happens? For how long would that water stay inland without the right channels to take it back to the seed. You know, so we have a lot of things to do. Like you said, we need the right enabling environment to allow the entrepreneurs like you to get there and start doing things, you know.
Absolutely, I agree.
Yeah.